Hey everyone, welcome back to our remote version of Open. Our second guests are two fashion designers and alumni from FIT who joined together to create face masks for first responders and essential workers to support the frontliners in the way that they know how, through Sew4Lives. So far, they've donated 6,433 sewn masks, and the organization consists of volunteers throughout the country. Joining us to tell us more, we welcome Sew4Lives founder Caroline, Berti, and Karen Sabag. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Karen?
Hi.
Hi. Okay, I just want to make sure everybody's there. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, ladies, let's talk a little bit about this because, Caroline, from what I see, you are primarily a costume designer. I happen to be very privy to your hat designs. And then Karen makes bridal gowns and bridal wear, right? So how is it that you ladies decided to now make these face masks?
So we had a conversation actually on March 20th, and Karen and I are always up late at night doing work on our own projects for our own businesses. And so we're night owls, and we had a conversation because we were watching the news and we texted each other, hey, can you believe what's going on? This is so crazy. And I think it was like right when quarantine had just been initiated. And there was a news story about people that were in smaller Midwest states that were sewing masks for like their local hospitals, which were much smaller than a city hospital. And so we saw that, and we were talking to each other, and we were just like, well, New York City is so big, and if the small hospitals are running out now, the New York hospitals are going to be in big trouble. And so we were like, I think we should start doing this. And we had contacted the government first, and then we had contacted, some hospitals. And at first everyone was like, oh no, we're fine. We don't need anything. And then within a day, it was like an overwhelming request from especially from individuals, because those individuals were not getting masks directly from the hospitals or the government. So people like doctors or nurses or essential workers were just having such a hard time, and they were coming directly to us.
And Karen, I understand that you one of your trials was based on bridal bags. Is that correct?
Yes, because we're looking to see what fabric we can be used that are medical grade to create these masks. And Caroline did the research, and she said, Karen, I think if you have your garment bags, we can use your garment bags.
Can you show it to us? Do you have one there, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So that's what you started with.
That was my sample, yeah. Right. That I started, like creating the pattern and everything. So I said, okay, I actually just received a big order last week for garment bags, and I had over 500 garment bags in my garage, and then I just started cutting them up, and that's how we started creating the masks.
And so now the way you guys are designing is with professional medical materials, right? Caroline, you want to elaborate a little further? Because I know you were showing me a sample of where you're at now with the designs and who you're designing for, because you're designing for the medical professionals. So it has to have a certain level of protection. Not just look fabulous.
Yes. So actually, this is, I don't know if you guys can see, but this is basically what this is some of what we're making. We're all using different colors, various colors, and some of the masks are cotton, which also offers protection. But the best material we've found so far to use that offers the most protection, and the material that actual medical masks are made out of, is this material called polypropylene. And so before this, I was kind of surprised that more people weren't really hadn't really researched this and figured it out, because it's a very accessible material. Like, you guys probably have it at home. It's used for reusable bags that maybe they used to give us with purchase or at the grocery store. And so there's all of these different things that it's used for, because it's such a common material. And so when we were doing this, I had ordered some from Amazon that were actually used as, I think they were used for like cleaning pads, but it was the same material. It was actually this yellow material.
Right.
And then Karen had her garment bags, and I emailed her garment bag supplier, and I was like, hey, can you give us the exact content of the material? And it was exactly the same material. So the only difference in what we're doing and medical masks is that we're using a slightly heavier weight. Right. So which makes it reusable. It makes it washable and you can clean it, whereas medical masks are normally made to be cheap and disposable.
Right.
So it's actually offering from what I understand, it's actually offering the same amount of protection, and the feedback we've gotten from doctors and nurses and essential workers who have worn it has been really great. We are talking with some hospitals to try out new materials, but yeah, it's been working out great for us.
That's lovely. It's lovely that you ladies have taken this upon yourself to do this on a volunteer basis, no less.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I want to just share the other designs that you created, because I understand there's children's designs that Karen has in her possession. Karen, do you want to share those?
Yeah, so we started getting contacts from like foster homes and different kids who have like cancer that need masks. So we said, let's create some kids one. So this is one of the kids masks that was created that is cotton, but it does have a pocket inside that you're able to put the filter in for the kids.
Oh, nice.
We're making them really cute because of the prints and the patterns, to give them like, to make it happy for them.
Right, of course.
Another one that we're doing for the kids.
Lovely.
And then for the adults, there's another one that we said, because a lot of them are asking for pockets if it could be reused. So for the adults, we did this one, which still has the wire on the top.
Right.
And then it has, again, the pocket to put the filter in. And this has ties, so it's more like flexible to wear.
Right.
Over the person's head. And then a lot of the emails we got was for the ears were hurting. And then one of our volunteers, her husband is an engineer, and they created this 3D printing. And they created this for, I don't know if you could see it, wall. And it goes in the back of the head, and they're able to, instead of putting it towards the ears, they're able to manage and put it to their size of the head.
Ah, nice.
Back.
Nice. Amazing how you guys are making a business out of this. I mean, I know you're doing it out of generosity, but you're still able to exercise your artistry and be of service. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
So before we go, because we're running out of time, let's just share how you've been able to expand this into a national network. So tell me how that system works, because you have people from different parts of the United States that are part of your movement now.
So when Karen and I started, it was just the two of us. And then we got one person, I think within like 2 or 3 days, that was a good friend of us. And basically all of the volunteers we've gotten just ourselves, and we've gotten them through word of mouth. We've gotten them through our alumni network. We've gotten them through people that have worked with us or people we know in the fashion industry, and basically just also social media, just putting it out there. So many people are just sitting at home right now, and they want to help so badly, and they don't have a place to go, and they have the same skills we do. And so we're happy we're able to create this, this community for people to come to and really help from all over.
Well, I love it. It's definitely, as the governor would say, New York tough. It's kind of like we were not left at the mercy of somebody saying, well, we don't have any more personal protective equipment. New Yorkers took it into their own hands to say, well, guess what? We're going to create more additional personal protective equipment.
Yes, exactly. We totally agree.
And then, of course, Karen, she put her stylish spin on it. So anyway, we're out of time, ladies. And I want to thank you both for taking the time to share with our viewers. Do you have any volunteers that you're looking for? Are there any last words really quickly before we wrap up?
Karen, you want to go first?
I just want to thank everybody who came to help during this time, especially our volunteers. And a lot of them, we don't know their faces. So thank you again for, sharing your time and your talent and helping out with this.
Beautiful. Caroline?
I would also say we still need volunteers always. And we definitely also need help from people who can offer packaging, like bags to pack our masks in, and fabric. We're still really in need of packaging and fabric. So if there's anyone out there, anybody, we need help.
Running out of Ziploc bags.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're in it for the long haul. And so thank you, ladies, for taking the lead, and thank you for being a prime example of what New York tough looks like.
Thank you, Rhina. Thank you.
All right, you guys, once again, for more on Sew4Lives and to offer volunteering and or system in whatever way you can follow them on Instagram at Sew4Lives, and that's with the number 4, Sew4Lives. We have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll hear how you can still prepare for your acting career during this pandemic. Don't go anywhere.